Hey, welcome back to the Laughing Lounge. We're so excited you're here with us today.
Today's episode is extra special because we're taking it back, way back to our high school days.
That's right, from awkward locker moments to hallway drama to the memories that still make us laugh, we're unpacking it all.
And we're not doing it alone. Joining us today is our good friend Dathen, who survived those crazy high school years right alongside with us.
Together, we'll be sharing stories, lessons we didn't realize we were learning at the time, and how those experiences shaped us to who we are today.
So grab your headphones, get comfy, and get ready for some laughs, nostalgia, and maybe even a few surprises.
Let's dive in.
We're back in the Laughing Lounge, and we're here with our friend from high school, Dathen.
Welcome to the Laughing Lounge, Dathen.
Hey, welcome.
We're excited to have you.
Nice to be here.
This episode is going to be a little bit chaotic, so we have a little bit of a plan to, help us keep us on track a little bit. But before we dive into like the deep stuff, how do you remember that we both met? Like how we met in high school?
Oh, we met in high school. I want to say the earliest thing that I would have to say is probably in band. We probably met in band class, or just messing around at lunch, like just being funny and just being stupid at lunch.
What instrument did you play?
I played the saxophone. Me and Lauren also played the saxophone. So we were like saxophone buddies.
Sure did. Cohen used to put us in a line together. Angelica, Dathen, me. It was not a good mix.
It was not a good mix.
I don't know why he thought like putting you in between me and her were gonna stop us from talking. Like,
right.
Talk over you.
There were like a whole bunch of like class clowns and just like goof offs.
We made fun of Mr. Cohen so much in high school.
I did not. Everybody else was so disrespectful. I behaved.
We were not disrespectful to him.
Not us.
Yeah, some people were.
Let's clarify.
Yeah.
Let's clarify. It wasn't us that we were not disrespectful. It was the peers around.
He was lying to us though. Now married to his roommate. Liar.
I mean, outside of band though, Dathen, like, do you have any like other memories like from high school? Like any like dances? I mean, Lo never went to any school dances.
Probably home team. I know that me and you were in home team, which was our student government, which we have our 10-year coming up. Vice President, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
You're more excited than I am.
I am super excited to see everyone. Like, it is like, life has progressed in such a fashion, and it's just like, look, y'all, like, this is like our, like, reassessment. Let's see how we're going. Let's see where we're at and see where we can, like, go better or, like...
Elevate.
Elevate, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, let's go back to, like, home team for a second. So, Dathen was the president of our senior class, and I was the vice president of the senior class. So, when he brought it to my attention that we're, like, 10 years, that's actually kind of insane.
That is wild.
Like, you don't really think about... high school was, like... We graduated 10 years ago, but 9th grade was like how long ago?
14 years ago.
That's insane.
BRB, I'll just go through up real quick.
Yeah, that just,
doesn't sit well with me.
No. I mean, I think that home team was like something that was created for, people to have a voice. And I was excited when we did it because we were able to get every grade level their own jackets, like their own...
Oh, yeah.
Great jackets.
We did a lot of good things. We were responsible for the breast cancer awareness fundraiser. We also are responsible for the honor cords that every single class now has when they graduate, which is like, it's an amazing thing to see. The things that we wrote are like actually coming to play, and it's helping class. Well, it's working class after class after class.
Right.
So it's something that's like really, like, we set that, and like now it's happening.
Yeah, we like molded our footprints, and like they're walking in them. And like when you first start something, like you're like, I don't know if this is actually like going to take off. Like, is this going to be something that's going to be consistent? And you can actually tell that it is. Mm-hmm. Even when my brother graduated, I was like, oh wow. So like everything that we did, it's still being done. I mean, the team of teachers and leaders aren't the same, but I mean, they're still doing what our goal was to do. So I like that.
Yeah, like I wonder how long the salad bar lasted. That lasted 3 months?
Yeah.
It started to get expensive.
I like how they did like the store too, like in that closet, or it was a closet.
That's where I got my lunches from every day.
Yeah, like we would have like your snacks and like your favorite drinks, like things that we were like what we saw a vision to do. And we even did like college signing day. I thought that was probably like one of the best things that we probably could have done.
See, no, that is the one day that I was kind of like upset about. It was like I already got my dream college. Like I know I was going to go to Youngstown. Why do I have to apply to other colleges? And then I got a D in that project. I'm like, what? How did I fail that when I know I was going to this university? And I don't need to like have other options if I know, okay, this is my school.
Right.
That's my only thing that I'm a little upset about, because I'm like, y'all really messed with my GPA with that one.
Yeah, we were talking in our one podcast episode, like 10th grade year actually sucked for me. 11th grade was really good, and like 12th grade was like, we're barely making it, but we're going to graduate. And that senior project, I did not think I was going to pass my first go round.
I didn't, actually.
Yeah, well, that presentation was hard. It was like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. You had to have like 50 slides. You had to have your citations. You had to make sure that your work, like your volunteer hours and things and stuff were in.
It was
like your observations. Like I did not think that I was going to pass. And I was like, you know what? I know exactly how I want to pass. I'm going to do my self-reflection and be very vulnerable and apologize to our senior expedition teacher about my behavior.
See, do you remember your project?
Yeah, I did it on music therapy.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember mine's kind of, it was why there's leaks in the STEM pipeline.
Oh, wow.
Where like a lot of people, they start in STEM, but they don't finish in STEM. And there's different topics, like why is there a lack of women in STEM fields, and like why, like we talked about like male dominant and female dominant, and male dominant and female dominant like industries, and where what we can do to make sure there's more of equality.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did mine on music therapy and how children who are on the spectrum and children who have disabilities can utilize music in their therapy sessions. And I talked to, when we had our special education hallway, I did a lot of my observation hours in there. And then I did an activity with the panel that they had a piece of paper and I played 4 different songs and they couldn't skip a line. I play a song, you tell me how that song made you feel. And then I played the next song, tell me how that song made you feel. By the end of it, they had their own short story about their feelings and their emotions. And then I tied that to a child who is nonverbal, they can't express that. So how can music help them express how they feel? By movement, by sound, by jumping up and down. And I was floored with all the information that I had. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was crazy.
Mine was on animal abuse. And I failed the first time that I did it. Because I don't know. They were like, yeah, we're not going to pass you. And I said, you're joking.
Oh.
And then I redid it in front of Mrs. Boyle. And I don't remember who else was in the room, but pretty much I passed. They were pretty much at the beginning, you passed. And I was like, okay, great. Why'd you make me do this then?
They wanted to see better.
No.
Or maybe the confidence part.
I'm not a confident person.
Crickets.
I'm not.
Wow. This is where I step in. I passed. When I passed, I was really excited to tell her that I passed. And then she comes out her room, I'm like, not going to say anything because she looks really upset. And then she told me, and I was like, well, the thing is you work so hard. Our senior expedition class, that's what we did the whole school year. Mm-hmm. So when you think that you're actually doing everything, our teacher, tells us
no shade no shade at the teachers.
Our teacher tells us that you're ready to present. If I wasn't ready to present, why did you tell me that I was ready to present? Then I could have worked on these things before it was time for me to present. Now I got beef for you. Just for you. Do you have any hobbies that you did back then that you still do now?
Actually, yeah. The hobby of music is actually turned into a career for me. A lot of people know me now as D-Wall because of music. So, music has been life for a long time. I don't know if this is a hobby, but traveling, I definitely
That's a hobby.
love to.
Yeah.
No, it's one of the most expensive hobbies, for real. But I definitely love traveling. For some of us, we went to our that senior trip when we went to London and France. That was like super amazing. They even offered college credits with that as well. It was through Education First, EF Tours.
I remember that when you guys were like prepping and stuff for that. I wasn't going.
No. Not without my mom.
Yeah, you're right. I like to travel too. But I like, the plane always lands in the same spot, which is Orlando for Disney. It doesn't go anywhere else.
I like Tennessee too.
I've never been.
I love Tennessee.
I've been in New York.
Nice.
I've been to New York.
Never been to New York.
I've never been on a cruise, which I want to like cross that off a bucket list. But like,
We should plan one.
Yeah, I've never been on a cruise.
I will never say no to Disney. Like when you should. Like, yeah, I got like $20 in my bank account, but mind your business when you see my Instagram story in the magical place on earth while I'm walking down Main Street with a Mickey pretzel and a Starbucks coffee.
It's better.
I'm not going
Everything's better.
I'm not going to Disney until I have a family.
No, you want to experience Disney without children first.
Yeah.
You're a grown adult, like a little kid, and a little kid in an adult's body. And then, like, you forget that you're 27 years old and you're around 5-year-olds. Like, I was born first. I'm going to wait in this line to see Princess Tiana. I'm going to...
Move, it's goofy.
I'm going to be really excited when I see Stitch. Like, you want to experience that as an adult without children present. And I always say that. Like, and I have nieces and nephews. I will go without them.
All right, Disney trip, y'all. We all going to Disney trip.
We go next year.
We're going next in July next year. I mean, it's the hottest time to go, but we're gonna.
I'm about to say, y'all
all vibes.
Y'all trying to bake in that Florida sun?
When I was younger, my mom took us on one trip every year, and it was a 10-day vacation. And we didn't go to Disney. We were in Florida, and we would go to like Seuss Land, and Fun Spot, and we like went to the beach. That was the best tan that I've ever had.
See, my first tan was in Texas, and that was not. So I thought the water's gonna protect me. I'm in the pool. I'm not gonna get burnt.
Yeah, right.
I was peeling. I was red. And my heavy-handed dad trying to put sunscreen on my back. That was a bad time. That was so painful.
That was the best tan I ever had. Like, literally, I look like I went on vacation. I go to the pool now, I'm like, that didn't even get a slap of heat.
The best tan I ever had was in Texas. I was like 5 shades darker. I love it, though.
Do you think, like looking back on high school, do you have any high school traumas that you can laugh at now? And I'm not talking about what we're going to talk about. We'll get into the other part later.
This is a 4-part series now. High school trauma. Oh my goodness. I just want to say that I healed, and I don't hate nobody. Like, man, but like we're all good though. Like senior year, it's like something happened. Like we all became adults, and like we all started to just function. Like,
yeah, I feel like 9th grade, like you don't know who you are in 9th grade because you're stepping out of middle school, going into high school. And, like, you want to ace all your tests. You want to make sure that you're in school every day. You want to make sure that you, like, make all the friends. And then at the end of 9th grade, you see, like, those cliques being made. Mm-hmm. 10th grade is when, okay, like, we're not the babies in school anymore. Like, we're going to crack down on our work. Mr. S and Miss K, the English and history.
Miss K failed me over a percentage of a point. I had to do summer school. My whole summer just gone. Over fractions of 1%. I was just like, wow.
Yeah,
Like,
like
you can't just
pull something.
Just my name was on it. Just give me a bonus point for my name or something. Come on.
Yeah, like 10th grade, like then you start to cliques, and then 11th grade, like everybody's in their friend groups, and then 11th grade is when people like you don't really realize that, but a lot of people start to leave to go to a different school, and that's actually kind of like terrible. Like
shout out to summer day. Oh no, it was Saturday school. Shout out to my Saturday school people. You already know what it is. You know,
like my mom, she moved for her senior year, so like she knows how that feels. But like a lot of our friends that we had in 9th, 10th, 11th, they weren't there. I remember the twins, the Pippas, they weren't there for our senior year. So and that's crazy.
Crazy.
There's a lot of friends. There's a lot of memories that are starting to roll up in here, and I think that we need to keep those ones to ourselves.
Oh.
Like high school fights, I'll never forget. Somebody got smacked with a book.
Slammed through a table.
One of our principals cracked his head open.
Oh my gosh.
Drama.
I saw blood. Like, that was...
Like, I literally, my mom started the water. I was just going to go get a bag of hot Cheetos.
Yeah, like, what is happening?
I thought I was going to eat my... You know, I didn't think it was going to be...
It, like, literally crossed the whole lunch room, too. Like, they were on one side, and they ended up at our table, which is on the complete opposite side.
We would always sit on the opposite side, so whenever the bell rang, we were first to go to class, so we weren't late.
It's pretty bad, too, that kids were breaking up that fight because one of the principals cracked his head open.
Right, and where was the staff?
Right? And honestly, just to picture our lunchroom, we had a little loft area that we weren't allowed to go in for some reason. People be acting crazy. So our teacher, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know did he get pushed?
No, he slipped on apple juice. I was literally that close. He slipped on apple juice.
And then he cracked his head on one of the bars,
metal
the poles coming down from the loft area. And
yeah, that lunchroom was huge.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a stage in there, like, for a show choir and stuff.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing well.
And he never came back after that.
Would you?
No.
No. I
was really sad, though, because he was my favorite.
He was a good
He was
principal.
amazing. He's still amazing.
Like, when our senior expedition teacher told me to go to the office because I went off.
Crashed out.
Yeah. I went in there, told him what happened. He was like, it's okay, you can go back to class. Thank you, sir. You understand my feelings. You never make me question your loyalty. And thank you for not calling
to
my
be
mom.
fair, your crash out was valid. Because she was telling you it was something that...
Valid crash out.
Yeah, it was a valid crash out.
She said that I plagiarized my paper.
And you didn't. So...
This is before ChatGPT, y'all.
Like, she said, and she didn't even, like, look at it. She just plagiarized. I was like, there was no way I
Written
said
too well.
12 hours on a paper that I actually came for you for help.
Wild.
And I didn't want to talk to you.
That's crazy.
And I actually came to her for help. I would go to class like 10 minutes earlier, just so I could ask her for help. Did I want to do that? Mm-mm. No. Oof. She was like, I'm just trying to be helpful.
No, you're not.
Helpful where?
Where's the help?
And I felt bad after because when I left, our group of friends, Lo was like, everybody just, it's like a domino effect. It was like, you went, boom, a chair was thrown. But joke's on you, I still passed my senior expedition.
Y'all remember Crew?
Yeah, was the beginning in the mornings or midday?
It was in the mornings and it was like sometimes afternoon. Remember like when we had like that dance battle? Or
like Crew Olympics.
Yeah, Crew Olympics.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
No.
That's never gonna happen.
Absolutely not.
I faked a migraine so I could get out of that dance performance.
That performance is floating somewhere in the internet.
I wish that we would have those recordings.
We could probably push that all together and make it into a presentation.
Yeah.
Cause the one project with Mr. Morgan, the Against Stigma, is on there. It's somewhere, I think, on YouTube. We can probably put that together.
And I have all the stuff from the musicals.
I have my horrible recording of this song from Miss Ramser class.
Yes, I have ours.
Save your money.
Ramen noodles every night. Yeah, it's crazy because Never mind. Moving on. Okay, so now we're going to dive into like a little bit of a more serious
Oh
topic.
Lord. We're gonna
So
date.
we had my brother on our podcast episode about 3 or 4 episodes ago, and we talked about the difference between married parents and divorced parents. So I wanted to know from you, like, how was that? How did that go for you?
It was interesting. So during high school, my parents was include the children into their relationship. But like growing up and being an adult, I can see like, it's definitely like it's a lot to deal with. Like
Right.
the signs was kind of there, but like they made sure that us as children, we didn't have like we wasn't involved.
Right.
Like they were there for every part of it, and it was rough though. It was rough though.
Right.
Seeing like something that they had worked on for X amount of years, it is it's never a beautiful thing.
Right. How long were your parents married for?
They were married for, I want to say, closing on 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
My mom and dad were married for 16. How old were you and your sister when they got divorced?
I want to say 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
It was my freshman year, sophomore year in college.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a super rough time in life. My parents got divorced, and then both my grandmothers passed away, like within 10 months of each other. So that was just like, it was such a rough time in my life.
Mm-hmm. How old was your sister?
You're making me do a little bit of math here. I want to say she was 13, 14.
Okay. See, I was young when my parents got a divorce. And me and my little brother's age gap is not big, but I still looked at him like he was a baby. Like he didn't understand. Like he knew. Like after our conversation, I'm like, he actually knew a lot more than what I thought he knew. He was just quiet about it. Was the divorce something that you saw coming, or was it a surprise?
It was a surprise. It was a complete surprise.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, you don't want that,
Yeah.
for your parents. You never do. But when you, like, from my perspective, when I started, like, picking up on things, I'm like, it's, like, I didn't know, like, my parents were together, but, again, they weren't. Like, my dad was never around. Like, I just thought he worked a lot. That's not what the case was. Did your parents' divorce change how you review relationships or marriage?
No, because I still fully went into a relationship thinking that, marriage was going to be the thing. But, like, it does, like, now I see, like, okay, I got to be a little bit more of a sensitive partner. I have to be more, like work better on the partnership. So like there's definitely things that I got to like learn from both sides, and like knowing the perspective of my father, knowing the perspective of my mother, and like bringing like a combination of their perspective to make me like better in my personal relationship.
Yeah, and that's what I said on the episode. I was like, because my parents went through a divorce doesn't mean that I have to live in fear of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that I want my marriage to work out with my husband, but you also can't live in fear. Like there was things that were happening in the marriage that I didn't know about, and that you want to make sure that whatever relationship that you're in, that it works out for you, but those fears can also be shared with your partner. Mm-hmm. Like having that honest conversation with Steve was like, I wanted to, like, my hands were sweating, I wanted to throw up, because like you don't want to like not scare somebody off, but like that's a lot of trauma for somebody to listen to. Mm-hmm. And like one day, and I was a daddy's girl through and through. Like, and then you look up one day, maybe the person that you saw as somebody that is your hero, and then they've literally destroyed your mom's heart. You can't really justify that when you're like 13, 14. And then when you're older, you're like, okay, well maybe there is things like, now that I'm an adult, there's things that tied into that, but I just wish things were handled differently.
So how did that affect your relationship with your father, like, moving forward? And, like, if there was ever a chance to, like, grow from that, how would you do that?
Like, I think that high school was already rough for me because I started 2 weeks after everybody else started at Propel. So I was like the new kid.
You were,
yeah.
dude.
Like I started right before Labor Day. And my mom also had that conversation with me that, you know, your dad's not going to come home anymore because, you know, we want you to have a good school year, a successful school year, and I don't want you to have any distractions. And, you know, this is something that I need to do for you and for myself. And at the time, you don't realize that your mom does everything to protect you because I didn't know everything that happened. So whenever things started to like come to surface and start to click, and I'm just like, he would promise that he would come pick us up, he would come see us. He never did, you know. And then like everybody's like, yeah, this is what I'm doing for the weekend. This is what I'm doing for the weekend. I'm like, no, I'm supposed to go into my dad's house. And like when you're in school, you're like, you don't want to share that because what if people, you know, culture's different now.
Oh yeah,
like
Propel.
Like what if people like make that a joke out of like what you're actually going through in your everyday life? Like, yeah, I have to go to my dad's house today. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, then another part of it was hard because no, my dad wasn't living with us at home and he wasn't in the picture, but he would act like, you know, to the principals that, you know, he would, you know, give me a stern talking to if I wasn't listening at school. But the last time I saw you was 4 weeks ago. So it's like, things weren't adding up. And at that time, my stepdad was in the picture. They weren't married yet, though. They got married one September after we graduated high school.
I remember, I think I met Mr. Campbell.
Yes, yeah. And then they got engaged the night of our prom.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So, like, he has always been that father figure to me.
Did
now,
you go to prom?
Yeah. Me and Steve went.
Okay.
She didn't go.
I did not.
I went to prom.
Now that
My boyfriend at the time wasn't allowed to go, so I was like, I'm not going. Because he was 21.
you're so old.
Or he was 20, I think.
20. Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think he was 21.
But now, like, I'm happy that a lot of that stuff is in the past. Like, we had conversations about, you know, what happened years ago. And I also said in that episode, like, you know, we aren't close with my stepmom. We'll just leave it right at that. I will, when I'm over there, you know, try to be respectful and things like that. But it's hard to build a relationship based off of how it came about. When, you know, my relationship with my stepdad, I felt like it was done the proper way. Like, he took time to get to know us, to build a relationship with us. And I also talked about in that episode, like, I was 100% team him when he bought me for Christmas a Paris Amour collection from Bath & Body Works, and it was the golden collection. I still remember. I think that was the best Christmas present that I ever got from anybody. Like, nothing will top that. But now that I'm an adult, like, maybe, you know, maybe there was more to it that I didn't know about. Like, maybe my dad was suffering from a lot of mental health that I didn't know about. Like, instead of talking about it with his wife, he did it the complete opposite way. But like, I don't see him in that light anymore. But as I get older, I try to shift and navigate completely different and tell my brain, like, this is not how we're going to operate. We're going to do something completely different. Like, when Steve is trying to understand how I'm feeling, instead of like, I'm just not going to talk to you about it. Like, I just need a minute to process how I'm feeling, and then we'll talk about it. Like, you just don't jump to the conclusion of, you know, I just don't talk to you about it at all. Because then you leave your partner in the dark, and they want to know, like, are you really upset, or you just don't want nothing to do with me, and that's not it. So
Communication does so much. Yeah. And especially if it's healthy and it's like you're not trying to attack your partner, you're trying to ask to understand and whatnot. Like, you know, communication goes a long way.
And like, even though me and Steve will be together for 10 years next year, and like, there's a lot that I've learned, and like, he's younger than me, so it's like, I get it. Like, I'm more mature in like some things, but like, trying to navigate the communication. Like, for instance, on yesterday, he got edible arrangements delivered just because, and I was like,
hey, that's sweet.
I didn't even notice. I was like, wow, that's like absolutely like really sweet. And I just so happened to be on the phone with him when they got delivered, and I'm like, that is just like just because. Like, and that's something that I like. Or like when he tells me that he's having a rough day, and when we were dating, he would be like, I'm having a rough day, I don't want to talk about it. Now he's like, I'm having a rough day because I have to work overtime today and I don't want to. Like
2 weeks ago, when he called and hated his life.
Yeah. Howled it on the phone.
He did.
Because he had to work
You
overtime.
don't love me anymore.
I mean,
It's like, dang.
yeah, he's a little bit dramatic. I thought I was. But, well, you already said this, so you didn't have to choose sides, which is, I feel like, is good and fair.
Mm-hmm.
How was your relationship with your sister, and how did you navigate going through that hard time together?
I love my little sister. That's my designated best friend. You know, she cannot leave life without me. So like, I'm hers. Like, she has no choice.
Right.
I try to understand like her point of view of things, and what you said earlier actually is like something that I'm probably gonna talk to her about and be like, you know what, sis, you know what, I kind of like got a different perspective, and like I kind of understand a little bit how, you know, your feelings on this topic. So thank you for that light that you just gave me.
You're welcome.
But yeah, my little sister, she's amazing. She's really smart. She's beautiful. Like, literally all that in a bag of chips.
Mm-hmm. I remember whenever we were in high school, like, just the way that she, like, looked up to you and admired you, like, that is, like, you don't really see that, like, a little sister looking up to their big brother. It's usually, like, your big sister looking up to your little sister, like, or vice versa. So, like, that was actually unique to see. Like,
well, I tried, and like, look, we've been through a lot. Like, I was never always the best person ever, but like we got better. We became friends.
mm-hmm.
You know, like, I still remember the day that she came home, and like I was like, I'm a big brother now. Like, even like I was asking for a brother. I was like, I want a brother. I want a brother. Got a sister.
Same.
Like, you know, like, okay, God.
Like, honestly, like, my mom thought that Petrel was going to be a girl, and what her name was going to be, like, we would have the exact same initials, so I was, like, really excited. No. He came home a boy, and I was really upset.
Wait, your mom didn't find out what she was having?
She thought it was a girl the whole time because he wouldn't show, like, his parts.
Oh, so they just didn't see
so
it.
they just, like, assumed that she was a girl.
We're
Surprise!
all girls at first.
So then, did they have to like redecorate the room and everything?
See, I never
neutral?
asked her that. I was more concerned at the fact that we weren't going to have the same initials anymore. And I have 2 younger sisters on my dad's side and with my stepmom, and like, but I don't see them all the time. But you can tell that they like, especially Journey. Like, if I go over there, like, it's all Angel. Like, that's all she wants. And like, she gets really quiet around Duty, but like, you could, like, the way she just looks at him, you could tell, like, oh my gosh, like, I really have a big brother. Like, he like that's her whole world, but she won't say 2 words to him. Like, when we went over for his birthday, like, she made him like a birthday card, and she was so scared to give it to him.
Oh.
And I was like, just give it to him. I'm like, just hand it over to him.
Isn't he there like all the time too?
Mm-hmm. And he goes over there, especially during football season. He's over every Sunday.
That's cute.
Let's go Steelers.
Go Lurs. What lessons did you take from your parents' relationship?
Literally everything. Could be literally everything. I want to say, from communication to, like, you know, making like things special and whatnot. Like, it wasn't like bad. Like nothing is always bad.
Right.
But like, you know, sometimes 2 really great people can just be incompatible.
Right.
So, you know, I learned about compatibility. I learned about just like finding someone that kind of like fits you more to you.
Do you now think that your parents are happier?
Oh yeah, they're both happy, equally happy, which is like the best.
Do they have a good relationship with each other? Do they talk to each other still or no?
Only in need. If only in need. Like if I'm having a crisis, or if my sister's having a crisis, they will absolutely work together. But they have 2 completely separate lives, and they don't cross over each other's boundaries.
Yeah, I love that. Now, are they in any relationships now?
Yeah, they're both married. Happily
Oh wow.
married.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, so success story, you know. We had to clock it.
My mom and dad just celebrated their 9-year wedding anniversary on September 3rd. My mom and stepdad. So, I mean, I'm happy that everybody on my end and your end are happy. Even though my relationships with other people won't change. Lessons that you carried over from high school to adulthood. What are they?
Persistence. You gotta just keep going. You gotta, like, even when, like, you're having the worst day ever, you have to just keep getting to the next day. Definitely, I learned, like, we had counseling in high school, so, like, definitely, like, Propel definitely took mental health seriously, and they taught on different subjects that the other schools didn't, like financial literacy. We got really in depth with like our social studies as well. Like we didn't just have social studies, history, blah blah blah. We had like war history. we had like war history. We had civics and all that. Shout out to Mr. Guva. You know, I love this class. I got the super A in this class. Like, government was one of my favorite. Even Mr. Fuchs' class, I did super well in this class. Even though I got a B, I did super well in this class.
Yeah, they I liked how they had like separate hallways, like for all the age, like the years.
Keep us away from them.
Yeah, senior year is like, oh, we're the big dogs.
Yeah, they kept us like tucked away on the other side.
Door shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. What do you think about, like, if you had children, right, and you lived here, because you don't live here right now, but would you put them in a school like Propel?
Charter school? Oh, yeah, I would definitely put them in charter, private, possibly even homeschool. But I would want to make sure that they get the socialization so that they're not, like, just some oddball.
Yeah.
You know, not saying that all homeschool kids are oddballs, but I would definitely put them in somewhere where, like, not just the curriculum is pushed, but other social skills so they can be a full-rounded individual.
Love that. I love that.
If you could go back in time to like a younger high school you, what would you tell yourself? Like freshman year, Dathen, what would you tell them?
A lot. I would tell them a lot. I would...
You spill all the tea.
Yeah, I'd just be like, hey, man, listen here. Man, I don't even know. Maybe I'll have that moment with my son and be like, listen here, dude. This is how you should be. Or not even should. Like, be mindful. Be aware. I would say... I'm trying to think. Yeah, just, be mindful of what you... I don't know. I don't even know. That's a
hard question. That's a hard question. That's a hard question. My oldest nephew goes to a charter school. He goes to an entrepreneurship school. So he learns micro and macroeconomics. They have gardens. They grow their own vegetables and fruits that they eat.
That's cool.
And I thought maybe like him being in that school, like he might not know, like be able to express himself. But like he's actually really smart when his behaviors don't get in the way. Like he knows a lot, and like that school gives him the confidence to be able to do that.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss Johnson. You know, AP macroeconomics.
Wah wah wah.
Look. They were amazing to me. That's all I'm gonna say. I have no problems with them.
Okay. So my beef is not non-existent.
I am neutral on this matter.
Okay, but at least Lo said my crash out was valid.
It was valid. It was.
Like before we like dive into like the anxiety and like mental health part of the podcast, like can we will it back to what year was that?
Was it 10th grade or was it 11th grade?
2015. Where we had 2015 where we had a serious situation at the school.
No, I thought it was 10th grade. I didn't think it was 11th grade.
It was going into the new year because we were off until the new year.
I think it was 10th grade.
Yeah.
Because you guys were in the 10th grade hallway.
Oh, yeah.
Because you
No, we had Mr. Bauer.
No,
that was
had to
11th
be
grade.
11th grade.
We had Mr. Bauer.
And Mr. Bauer was 11th grade.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that was 11th grade because I remember we had
What do I know?
Fernando. We had, I still talk to him a little bit. I want to go to Brazil and visit him. We had Fernando. We had Jose. And
Jose?
we had, what are some of our other international students we had? We had Don Yoke.
Who?
Y'all are so ignorant. So ignorant.
I don't remember anybody named But anyway, so it was 11th grade, and some genius decided to bring a gun to school.
And that, like, actually gave me, like I think I had anxiety then, but, like, that day was actually, like, the worst day of my life. Because not only did that happen, but also my little brother was in the school.
Yeah.
And I had no way to him.
Yeah, because they locked us in the
Locked us in the hallway.
and
in
they
the classrooms.
refused to tell us what was going on.
I
Which I mean,
remember
valid.
searched and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I was like, you got permission from my mom to be touching me? And my mom is not like my mom worked up the street. She worked in Mount Lebanon. That was 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
I even tried leaving with you when you tried leaving, and they were like, no, you need to wait for your parents. I'm like, we literally got out of school at 2:45. We did not leave
Until 6:30, maybe even 7 that
And
night.
if I don't have my homework tomorrow,
I
I'm
just
sorry.
want to say I thank God that I was sick that day. I was so sick, and watching that on the news was crazy. I was like, they know.
But like my thing is like, okay, so obviously like it was a better situation because he brought the gun into school to sell it. He didn't use it. Which I mean, like, thank the Lord he didn't, but like, how dumb are you? Like, why would you bring a gun to school to sell it to somebody?
And then was tackled.
Sure was.
And we don't know what was going on. That's the thing. Like, people are crying. Like, I was like, I'm about to start crying too. Like, where's my brother at? Mm-hmm. Like, in the 9th grade hallway, like, they're like little babies, so they're like, what's going on? Like, high school's supposed to be so much fun. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm so sorry you're
Welcome to the real world.
Like,
They had snipers on the roof. They
it was
had everything.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like they.
I was stuck in the science room with Miss Palmer. I think that's what her name is. We were so close to each other, but we couldn't communicate.
How many teachers left after that?
So many.
So
many teachers left. And on top of it, like, people were scared to come back to school. Mm-hmm. Like, because, like, it wasn't, I'm not trying to be, like, insensitive, but, like, it really wasn't as common back in the day. Like, back then, there was, like, stories and stuff. Like, now, like, looking back, like, I thank God that we were safe because of the things that are happening today.
Yeah.
Like, and Propel did the best that they could and, like, trying to save everybody. But, like, when you hear your name, Starks, and you're going to take, like, don't touch me. And then, like,
they had to like search you.
It was really good.
Traumatic.
You know what really saved me was like when we weren't really supposed to have our phones out, but like my dad, he knows everybody in the state of Pennsylvania. So like he texted me, I texted him. He was like, okay, such and such police officer is in the building. So when they caught my last name, I was like, oh my God, like I don't know what's happening, but he was like, I know your dad. Get your stuff in your locker. I'll look through it, and then we'll go get your brother because that's what I was worried about.
Yeah, because you had to open your locker for them and. You weren't allowed to touch anything. I went to go grab my stuff and they're like, no. I was like, you didn't say I couldn't. Don't yell at me.
One of our classmates got tackled because he tried to leave, and Mr. Bauer was like, "You're not." Well, I've never seen so many teachers so emotional in my life. Like seeing them like that was like they'll probably take a bullet for every child in this building.
Remember in this news story they said that Mr. Coyle ran after him.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Wild.
But remember it was at the auditorium meeting, he was like, no, I did not. That was made up. That was fake. They made him up. They dramatized him. They put a cape on him. Super cool.
But there was like so many like all you heard was like everybody's footprints. And then like you're like, oh my God, like there was also kids on the loft. Because at the time, that senior class was a lot up there during their study hall period. Mm-hmm. and then you close the doors, and then there's nowhere for them to sit.
But, like,
they had to literally lay on the loft floor just to be safe.
And I think that that really opened some eyes at that school, because when you walked into like the hallways of the like 11th and 10th, was it 10th grade that we had? No, senior year hallway. Those were open, and then after that they sealed them off.
Yeah, no, we definitely did improve our safety measures after that. We got our metal detectors. Yep. We had to go through, literally that, and they checked our bags. We couldn't have book bags at one point, I think. Yeah.
And they let us, not let us, but like they knew it was really traumatizing, and it was like around Christmas, but we didn't go back until after the New Year. We were off for a long time.
We were off for a while.
Like, that's traumatizing.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of traumatizing moments. Definitely passings and whatnot. That happened.
It happened on one of our friends' birthdays, wasn't it? Or it was right
the day before.
Well, it was in January then.
Well, yeah. Then no.
So then we didn't go back we didn't go back for a while though.
No, because I was really upset because when we went back, it was around my birthday.
Happy birthday! Back to school.
This
all these new measures to keep us safe.
They always say sometimes you go through things so you know that you can talk about it later. But I was in that moment, you're like, this was not allowed to be a car.
This did not have to happen.
What did I do to deserve it?
And not getting out of there until 6:30, 7 o'clock at night is crazy.
Wow.
And my mom immediately, when she found out, she immediately left to come get us. And it was when you see your parents, you're like, oh my God, that could have most definitely ended a different way. And the principals and everything were really they did the best that they could, but they also were empathetic. We were fearful because we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, nobody told us what was happening. Which, they made it this big secret, which I understand because they don't want to scare everybody. But, I feel 11th graders and 12th graders, you could have probably told them the situation. That way...
No way I could have calmed my brother down.
Yeah.
But I knew we weren't supposed to have our phones up. I'm going to text my brother, make sure he's okay. And then on the news story, they had, kids FaceTiming their parents, letting them know, what was going on because they didn't even know anything. They just had, a blurb of, this is what's happening in the school, and... We need more to make sure that we're safe. Thank God that's over.
That was a rough day.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that, that if this was to ever happen again, that they know what to do, the correct way. Because, the way the world is now is actually really scary.
Yeah, and thankfully, no one got hurt, and it wasn't a shooting, active shooter. And the one time we did have a drive-by shooting, it was a paintball gun. Remember that? I think, it was after school, when someone just drove by and they shot the school up with paintballs.
That's actually crazy.
I don't remember that.
Was that an after-school program?
No, that was, I don't know what year that was. That was... I want to say 10th grade?
Yeah, that's wild. 10th grade is actually a blur for me, though. That was probably the worst year of my life.
I'm saying, some of them...
That was probably the worst year of my life. Okay. Now we're going to, dive into, anxiety and mental health.
All right. Question number 1. What part of your personality do you hide from most people?
I want to say, the very sincere side sometimes. I try to be sincere, but I don't want to get taken advantage of. The fact that I'm, thoughtful, but, sometimes over-thoughtfulness can seem, weird.
Yeah. When do you feel most like your true self?
Probably in music. Whenever I'm DJing or whenever I'm... in nature, whenever I go to the park or go to the lake, I feel the most at myself.
What's something you believe that most people wait, rewind. What's something you believe that most people around you don't know?
Wait, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to say it again.
What's something about you that most people wouldn't know or a fun fact about you that people don't know?
I don't know. That, like... I don't know. I'm pretty open book. So... I guess that I'm like really like I'm in school. Like I've been in school for a very long time. Like I plan on I have like a religious doctorate, and I'm planning on getting a doctorate in business on top of law doctor, a JD.
Okay. Wow. What is something that you believe that other people don't believe?
Yeah.
In therapy. In therapy. Like, no, I believe in, like, talk to somebody. And this is actually a great thing I can just talk about. Right now, I'm working with Lifeline Music Festival. We are a festival partnering with 988 Hotline, which is a suicide prevention and crisis prevention and awareness company in tandem with Samaritan Charities out in the United Kingdom, and the Trevor Project, which is like Everyone Matters. And, crisis isn't, everybody goes through something, and everyone should have help. Everyone should have access to that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think we also said in like a couple episodes, like we touch on it a lot, that like mental health is very important, and that like talking to somebody and having an outlet to do so is also important. It should also be a priority. That's like when you're in the workplace, and if somebody does need a mental health day, especially being on the management side of it now, like you are obligated to give your employee a mental health day, because that could be the last straw.
Yeah, you don't want to be breaking the camel's back. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, your mindset is your worldview. And if you're trying to break or, like, trying to skew a individual's mindset and, like, their mentality, you could literally be the catalyst to something catastrophic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Love that.
All right. What's a memory that shaped who you are today?
I would have to say graduating. It was very graduating, doing the speech, like that was something scary, I never did public speaking, like, we performed in front of people before. Mm-hmm. So like, but like I'm just an ensemble, I just make sure I don't play my note too quick, and I don't want to get scolded for that.
Right. The one memory I have of you is when right before we were doing like a music concert, you put Carmex under your eye.
For the tears.
That's
just like a memory that's like ingrained in my brain.
Those band concerts. Like, when you're young, you're like, oh, yeah, I got something to do after school today.
Why was I trying to cry?
I don't remember.
Definition of him being a class clown, y'all. I'm just saying.
I think it was, like, while we were doing that sad, like, it was a sad song. And Mr. Gunn's like, I want to feel the emotion. So you
wanted the audience to feel that this is a somber song. So, come on now, if you see someone playing it and they're crying while playing the notes, you are feeling that song.
I know your eyes are burning.
Oh yeah, that Carmex.
I want to know what the song was.
I don't remember. Oh, that was so funny, though. What do you fear people will judge you for?
Everything. I don't know, like,
That was a quick answer.
Facts.
People just make up things. If they can think it, it could possibly be true.
No. Yup. That is me.
That's what we talked about when we were like trying to like create this podcast. Like, people will support people that they want to support, mm-hmm. and they don't even know those people. But supporting somebody that even if you heard of them, they don't.
Yeah, like it's easy to believe a lie, and like you can push like negative thought. It's actually like negative thought has so much power, sadly, in our society, where it's like you can just say somebody's a bad person and like you have 10,000 people believe in it. But it's like hard to support that someone is a good person.
Yeah, it's don't even get me started. Because I'll get on my soapbox.
But like, you know, not a perfect person. Not gonna be like, oh, you know what? I poop bricks of gold.
I would hope not. That would hurt.
Wouldn't it? But it'd be rich though.
But also, people, certain people in your life that are no longer in your life anymore, think that the world revolves around them and that their emotions, how you feel about certain things shouldn't matter. Now we're no longer friends.
Crazy how that happens.
You know, sometimes you just have to like. That's my issue. I hold on to friendships a little bit longer than I should. It's because it's like I see who like they could be, or like, you know, I'm kind of loyal to like time, and like, you know, we've been friends for this long. I'm kind of gonna see it through. I want to see you at your best, and it doesn't have to take away from me being my best.
Right. Mm-hmm. But also, like, too, like, friendships are a two-way street. And if we're not both putting in the effort, like, then I'm not going to beg you to be a good friend to me, right? I'm not going to beg you to want to do things with me. Like, after having a realization with myself that certain people are not meant to be in your life, that is okay. Because you're used to them being in your life, you're used to them doing like the same things that they can do over and over and over again. And when it happens, you can't be shocked.
And honestly, that's just
I'd be shocked.
maturing.
Pikachu meme shocked. I'd be like, wow.
Even though you saw it coming.
Even if
You want to see the good in people, but it's hard to see the good whenever they keep shitting on you every single time.
But no negative equity situationships, whether it's friendships, relationships, even, you know, even the boundary is drawn at a co-workership. Like, look, I can't be doing all the work here, y'all.
Don't even see. Listen, see, when it
but I
comes,
don't have to deal with that no more. You know.
listen, me and my cousin were talking the other day, and she was saying like, she was talking to her coworkers. She was saying like, I don't have any friends, and one of her coworkers was like, we're not friends. She was like, no, we're coworkers.
We're mandated.
We wouldn't be, if I saw you out in public, we wouldn't be having a conversation.
See, some of my coworkers, if we saw each other in public, I'd be cool, I'd be friends. But I'm also very private, and I don't want to entangle my life with, you know, my coworkers.
An entanglement.
Yeah, no, I've been there, done that. And even that's a whole. That's a whole lot of.
I mean, it is.
What's it? No, we're not going to talk on that topic.
What?
Next topic. Hey.
What topic?
I don't even remember. It literally just like.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
Amnesia.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lauren, for agreeing with me.
All right, next question. What's a thought you have often but rarely say out loud? Like that one you just had.
Ah, dang. See?
Say it.
Say the weird thought.
We're a
The
safe
first,
place.
it's not weird. Like, you know, maybe I should shoot my shot at them. Like talking to someone, like trying to date them, and just like, it's just like, what is it gonna cost me? Because anything that costs me my peace is too much.
Facts.
I mean, I think I just heard that sermon. Well,
Right? Preaching. Out here preaching. When do you usually... Oh, whoa. I was reading 2 different questions at the same time. How do you usually deal with pain emotionally or mentally?
I kind of like work it out on the inside. I kind of like think about it. I try to not, I don't let the pain spread to other people. Mm-hmm. I'll work it out. I'll pray on it. I'll, you know, think about it. I'll look back at like something where it's like, okay, a tactic that I learned in therapy, or, you know, something that I read in a book. And, you know, I'll just like work it out. I'll like think about it. Pain, I have a high pain tolerance, you know. I just don't react on it.
All right. When was the last time you felt completely at peace?
Completely at peace. You know, coming up recently, I want to say like recently. I've been starting to like finally like feel peace, like peace of mind and just like happiness and whatnot.
All right. What's
So-
next?
Are you actively or currently like in a relationship?
No, but I am dating.
Okay. Dating to marry?
Of course, that's the golden standard.
Amen.
It's the goal for everybody.
Yes.
Well, maybe not everybody. At least everybody at this table.
Crickets.
I mean, some people don't want to get married. That's just their opinion. I mean,
And see, now that's hard. Like for dating and whatnot, it's like, are you just trying to like?
trying to be a one-time thing, or like
Yeah,
what's
right.
happening here?
It's like I don't want to just start being a hoe. Like I feel like that would be like just horrible for.
That would backtrack
everyone.
your success.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Who doesn't want a song? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you'll get a nice little song.
Okay, Taylor Swift.
Hey, I like T Swizzle. She's cool.
And I met Travis
When?
at Cedar Point.
You ain't real friend.
What? You wasn't there. You.
All right, since Dathen is a DJ, D-Wall, we are going to see if he knows some music trivia. He might not, but
They're gonna make me look bad.
don't cancel him. Don't cancel him. Okay. Which U.S. hip-hop group had the breakout hit Where Is the Love in 2003?
God, yeah. Starting out bad already. Can I get a hint?
Where is the love? You want me to play it for you?
Yes, and you know, you just did me so dirty. You knew I grew up sheltered. Like,
Okay.
we all know it. And that's how I play. That's literally how I play music. It's like, I'll know the song, and then I'll literally cue it, and then I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I know the song. I'll play it. Don't know the group. Enlighten me.
Black Eyed Peas.
Man, like, I know, man, the Black Eyed Peas are so iconic. I'm sorry, y'all. No, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, what's wrong with me? The Black Eyed Peas, and literally, this is crazy, but someone literally is like, oh, I love the Black Eyed Peas. So it's literally in recent conversation where someone mentioned them. Like, disappointed in myself.
What year did Katy Perry release her chart-topping song "I Kissed a Girl"? No cheating.
I'm about to cheat. And then, let me say this. Let me take this time to say this. Somebody on some weird site, it's weird because it's wrong, said that she's no longer popping. Katy Perry just went out of this. She went out of the atmosphere. That's popping.
Yeah, she's that girl.
I love Katy Perry. And the answer is 2008.
You're a cheater. Who sang the 2008 global hit "Bleeding Love"? If you do not know this one,
No, I know this one.
keep bleeding, keep bleeding. This is sad.
I told you this is gonna make me look. I know the song. I know the artist. She should keep making music because like her voice is amazing. I want to say it's her first name. I still even like knowing her first name. It's like Leanna Lewis or something like that.
Leona Lewis. What was the title of the debut single by Avril Lavigne?
I just played "Complicated."
That's correct.
Oh, see, I played that literally yesterday, and the club loved it. Everybody had a good time. We all fam in the club.
In the club, we all band. In what year did Kings of Leon release their hit "Sex on Fire"?
I want to say 2011.
Nope, 2008. What product, first released in 2001, featured black silhouettes dancing to songs in its commercials?
Silhouette by Avicii? No, wait, say that question again. I'm going to get it wrong. I don't know.
What product, first released in 2001, featured black silhouettes dancing to songs in its commercials?
Oh, Apple.
iPod, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, techno was created in Detroit. You know, house music was started in Chicago. You know, techno is also, you know, Berlin has history with techno as well. You know.
Okay, so like now that we did
On to the next topic.
now that we like did some music
That's literally how mainstream feel about EDM. Like
now we did some like a quick game. How about we ask you some questions about you DJing?
okay.
Pick a number 1 through 5.
Let's do it 5.
Oh, okay. So life as a DJ. Do you see DJing as a full-time career, a passion project, or a mix of both?
It's all of the above. It's a mix of both. It's a career that is like, it's super hit or miss because like anybody consider you mid and you're mid. But it's a career that takes you so far. You can like meet everyone. Like I've literally met like a global community with DJing. It's also a hobby because in a way where it's fun, you always keep learning new things, like sound, like the way how even like music itself has developed. Because I'm also a producer of music. I make my own music as well.
Shout out, he made our opening track for our podcast.
Thank you. Yes, you know.
A round of applause.
But yeah, music keeps evolving, and like with the way that technology is evolving, the sound design has been incredible. Like I had a debate with my father before, with my dad. He was like, "Oh, I was talking about how our bass is better and whatnot." He was like, "Oh, but you didn't listen to the old school bass," and I was like, "Okay, let me listen." They had some really good bass. They had some really good, you know, with everything that they had or they didn't have back then. They really like was very like smart. They like took a whole bunch of like creativity and hard work and dedication to create the different sounds that we continue to sample today. You know, that's how good it is. Like it's timeless.
Yeah. How do you balance like the late night lifestyle with everything else like in your life?
Oh, I schedule it. Like I schedule dates like months in advance, where it's like, you know, I can balance life, work, and then now with everything, it's all social media, which, you know, I'm not the best with social media. I like to be very low key. So, you know, trying to balance that, finding a balance. Because when I first started, like, you know, getting into like the career side of DJing, I was overscheduled. I was there like literally every single weekend. You know, I can do an open. So like basically the open mics of DJ is open decks. Like I can do an open deck on Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday, and then be in the club, you know, Friday, Saturday, back to back, you know, doing that. So like I had to find that balance because I found out the hard way that you can get burnt out.
Yeah.
And then like everybody can tell when you're burnt out.
Yeah.
Everybody can tell.
Yeah. What has been your proudest DJ moment so far?
Ooh, like whenever someone's like, you know, when you make a nice transition, or whenever you play a song and it's like everyone is singing it.
When the beat drop.
Yeah, when the beat drop. Something that I was really proud of is whenever I'm able to introduce people to new music, like new genres, something that they never heard before. I'm able to create a new memory, a new like a rediscovery or like a discovery for them. Like, oh, I never heard. What is this genre? Like, what is this? Like, it's an amazing thing.
Do you ever question like after a set, like, oh, I could have done this transition better? Like, do you always like replay like your day, like your night in your head, or no?
Oh yeah, you always like, if you're like, oh, I did everything perfect. Either you're James Hype, or you're just, I don't know. You're like, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely, after every single set, I see what I can do better. I think about, okay, did I mix and key correctly? Did I, could I have done this better? Like, there's been some sets where just like, I did it.
Right.
I did it.
Right. But having that mindset and like the confidence too also helps. And like I always say, like, even when it comes to me like doing hair or like even the podcast, like we are our worst critics. So like I know what I need to do better. I know what I need to do differently. But like when it comes from somebody else in like a negative way, that's like one thing that like we don't agree with.
Yeah, I try to keep outside opinions. Like, if you're not a mentor, if you're not someone that's like, I know you don't have my best interest involved. Like, I don't consider it. Like, you're just another opinion in the seas of opinions. So it doesn't even like, it doesn't affect me.
I like
it's
that.
tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Yep. How do you read the room when deciding what to play next?
Vibes. Very much vibes. I like to cater to the people that are on the dance floor or who are, whenever okay, so I'm in like two different worlds as far as DJing world. In the club, it's who's on the dance floor and who's buying drinks. Whenever it's, like the festival, like EDM, like get-togethers, like the house, it's everybody. Like, I try to cater to everybody. It's very much where the energy is at. That's where we cater at. Like, I know what songs is gonna, like, turn it up.
Have you ever had a tough crowd, and what did you do to win them over?
Yes, I've experienced some tough crowds in my life. Just keep going. Keep going, ask questions like, hey man, you just been giving me this stare, dude, like, or I'll tell them like, hey, you got a song request? Like, I try to just reach out and be like, hey, like include them, try to make some eye contact, try to like vibe with them to make it less hard,
Mm-hmm. What's the most memorable crowd reaction you've ever gotten?
Probably the most recently, which was yesterday, like the fact that like everyone was having a good time. It was very much like literally like fam. But I want to say most memorable would probably be my set at Summer Bliss in Detroit. Well, I got like ties for most memorable. I want to say my first one in Cleveland, that's a memorable one, but I'll go back to that one a little bit later. The one in Detroit, it was my first festival, and I'm just like, you know what? I set a goal that I was going to make the festival circuit, and that was the first one, so that's going to always be history for me. And then another tie is Lifeline. It's very memorable because of the lives that we're going to impact. So, that one is going to live forever because it's not about what I could, like who I am and who, whatever brand that I stand for. It's what we're actually doing,
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also Vegas, shout out to my bros, out there. I want to say getting into the club scene out there was really good. We have our annual festival out there. Gemini Man, it's so incredible to see what music has done for us. But most memorable was the first one, which was I was so scared, I was shaking. And like the bass, the speakers was amazing. Shout out to Anita Bass. Like the speakers was incredible. Like I was shaking. The whole stage was shaking. It was a good time.
Mr. Famous out here. If you had to pick an intro song for yourself, like imagine like a wrestler walking into a ring, like their intro song, what would it be?
It would probably be the song that I made, which was "Don't Kill My Mood." Yeah.
Oh. Do you have it?
Oh yeah, of course
Let's listen.
have it.
Let's listen.
We're gonna go to SoundCloud because that's where I first started. The first song, this is some little trivia about me. The first song that I ever dropped on SoundCloud was called Country Groovy. So, that's kind of what I bring, country grooviness. A little bit of that.
Kill my mood. Don't 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 kill my mood.
That's a little bit of
I like it.
yeah,
It's like catchy.
Yeah, but I like to keep it on the inside though. Like I don't like to go like "Don't kill my mood." Like, that's how you're gonna get into a lot of fights. But that's what keeps me like resilient and whatnot. Like you know what? Don't kill my mood. That's even to like negative thoughts, the negative intrusive thoughts. Like no, don't. You're not allowed here. You're not. No. Don't kill my mood.
Yeah, I love it. Do you think being a DJ makes you the life of the party outside the booth too, or do you like being low key?
I like being low key. And I like being just like, I'm kind of a ambivert, but like outside of it, introvert, you'll literally, I don't have to be seen. Like, I'm literally somewhere in nature, like, that's literally, like, you'll catch me at the lake, you'll catch me, outside, whenever I do leave home, that's, yeah.
Yeah. I have like 2 more questions for you. When you first, whoa, try again. What first got you into DJing? Was there a specific moment where you thought, this is what I want to do?
So, us being in music for like since well beyond high school, I always knew that music could take me places, and I'm being in the music ministry. I knew that music could take me places. But whenever I decided was when a friend was like, we're gonna have this EDM night, we're gonna play a few songs, and then when I had my housewarming party, I was like, I'm gonna DJ. But I was so I had partied, I was so turned for my housewarming party that my first mistake was I was hearing the music, but everyone heard the muffle because I never like turned off the filter. So I was like jamming and I'm just like, why is everybody leaving? Why is everybody going outside? It's because they was hearing mess. It was all muffled. But it was, you had to be there. It was crazy. I was having a good time though. But whenever I knew that, like I did the first show, and then I did the second show, and then whenever I moved to Vegas, and then I started to do shows out there, and I was like, okay, I have momentum, I have talent, I know that I can do this, I can stand up in front of people that I don't know, some people that I do know, and I can keep doing. This is like, I have reliable success, and I have a track record of being a success. I know that I can do this.
I love that. Like I said before, like being confident in what you can do, and like starting something new is always scary. Like we're on like episode what?
6 maybe.
Yeah, and we were talking today at lunch. Like we finally understand. Like we're confident in our choices and everything like that. So like we don't second guess what we're doing. And I mean, I thought of it on a limb, and I'm happy that we're still doing it and succeeding. So
Yeah, no, this is a big success.
I appreciate it. It was also scary, to say the least, because you don't ever know like what people might think about the things that you're putting out there. But Lo said it before, like this is our journal. So like if you don't want to read it, what's the saying?
Get on the support boat or drowned, because we don't got time for the fucking haters.
Down, that's it.
That's crazy. We actually talked about 2 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was your very first gig like?
My very first gig was, even though it's no longer there no more, East 40 in Cleveland, techno warehouse. Well, it's not necessarily techno, but it was a warehouse at the winter warm-up, which was, I think it's still a recurring event, New Year's thing. That was my first event, and it was, man, like scary. I was literally shaking. I was having connection issues because I was at the time so fresh and new that I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a set off of SoundCloud and just connect it through there, and they're gonna have Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you always stay prepared. You always have a flash drive. You always just, because like you just never know. They might be like, wait, you can DJ? Oh, come here, come play some tunes.
Right. Stay prepared. I mean, I always say that, like, we need to, like, put our cards out that we made, and then, like, our waitress today, when we were leaving, she's like, do you have any fun plans today? And I'm like, yeah. We're going to go record our podcast, do a podcast. And I'm like, in that moment, I'm like, cards, sticker, something.
Nothing.
I did have some magnets that I need to remake because those were fire. But I gave them as a gift to another producer who, we have a really fire song that it's an ID because we have to get clearance from it. But whenever that drops, I don't want to be like in public because I think it would be that crazy, But we'll see. Even if it flops, it's still an amazing song.
Well, I want to hear it whenever the time comes. So.
Ooh, I don't know if I have that one.
Wow, that was such a fun trip down memory lane. I can't believe how many stories we still remember from those high school days.
Right? It's wild to see how something as simple as lockers and late passes turned into real life lessons we still carry with us.
A huge thank you to our friend Dathen for joining us today, sharing those laughs, and being a part of this conversation.
And thank you for hanging out with us in the Laughing Lounge. We hope this episode gave you a good laugh and maybe even reminded you of your own high school days.
Don't forget to follow and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Podbean so you never miss an episode.
And as always, connect with us on Instagram and TikTok at @the.laughinglounge. We love to hear some of your funniest and most memorable high school moments.
Until next time, keep laughing and keep learning.